Hello everybody, welcome to the Pratt Public Library Craft Week. This week we're going to be making some peanut butter and jelly keychains that you can maybe hang on your backpack or something. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you how to make these. Okay, so you're going to, in your kit, have 4 of these little pieces. They're the little crust pieces. These pieces are going to be the inner part of the bread. They're going to sit like this whenever everything is done. You're going to have a peanut butter piece and a jelly piece, and we're going to be sewing those onto this middle part here. And finally, we're going to be adding a little keychain to the top. And when they're done, even though these aren't completed, they're going to look something like this. I added little faces onto mine because I thought it was cute. You can kind of see a little peanut butter and jelly friendship. And you can use whatever color of thread is available, whichever one that you think looks the best. So we're going to start by straight stitching. I'm going to take some brown yarn here, not yarn, thread. Some brown thread here, and we're going to cut it. You want it to be able, because we're going to double it, so you want it to be able to sort of run around whatever you're sewing twice with a little give to be able to tie it at the end. And if you need help threading it, you can just ask one of the volunteers here. So, to tie it, you're just going to get your finger a little bit wet. You can use a paper towel or something. You're going to roll it around your finger and then just sort of roll it up, grab it, and pull it toward the end, and it'll sort of form this little messy knot here. And if you have a lot of extra, like I do, you can use your scissors and trim that excess off. So, we are going to start from the back side here of the bread and go up so that the knot will be in the inner part of the work and nobody will have to see that. And we're just going to be going back and forth through this. It's just a little straight stitch. So we're going to go up. You want to make sure not to get any knots like I just did. We're going to go up, and then we're going to turn around and go back down. And try to keep them spaced evenly. It'll look neater, but ultimately, if they're a little bit uneven, that'll just make it cuter. And we're just going to go like this all the way around, just a straight stitch. And whenever it's done, it's going to, I don't know if you can see on this purple, but it's just going to be a little straight stitch all the way around, and then we're going to tie it in the back. So that's how we get those pieces on. And then after that, we're going to do something very similar. We're going to thread our needle, and we're going to be putting one of these inner bread color pieces onto the crust piece, like this. And we're just going to do the same thing, a straight stitch. Remember to pull your needle up this way so that the knot is in the back and you don't have to see it in the final product. And whenever that's done, it's going to look like this. Just straight stitched, just like the peanut butter, all the way around, and then tie it on the back. And after we've got those steps done, what we're going to do is you'll take one of the pieces that has got the jelly, the inner piece, or the peanut butter, and then the crust, and then one of the pieces that's plain, like this. We're going to turn them back to back, like this. So we have like a thicker piece of bread here. The keychain, we're going to put it in between those 2 pieces of fabric, and we're going to sew it into it as we go. So I'm going to prepare another piece of thread, because this time we're going to be doing a blanket stitch, and I'm going to model that for you. Once again, you want to pull out about as much thread as will wrap around it twice with a little give. Bear with me while I thread this. And now that I've got my thread doubled over on my needle. Going to wet my finger, wrap it around, roll it, and then pull it really tight, just like that. And it looks a little messy, but that's okay because it will be inside of the work. So we're going to start a little bit off center here so that we have room to come around and finish up sewing this into it. And we're going to start by coming in through the middle. We're coming up through here so that the knot will be in between the two slices of bread, and once again we won't see it. A few things to look out for while you're sewing is to make sure that you're not going too fast, because you may end up tangling up your thread and then you would have to start all over. But for a blanket stitch, you're going to pull it through both pieces until you've got a little loop at the end. Put your needle through the loop and then slowly pull it through so that you can make sure it doesn't get out of hand and tangled up. And we're always going to be coming through the top. It's not like a straight stitch anymore. So we'll always be going through the top, through both pieces. You pull it through slowly. Wait till there's a little loop at the end. Go through the loop and then pull it closed the rest of the way. I'll make a few stitches and then show you what it looks like. Pull it all the way through. Try to make sure your thread is even. And pull it through again. My work's a little bit messy right now, but you'll be pulling it through and creating sort of a line along here and along the top. And we're going to go all the way around, and once we get up here to the top, we're just going to be straight stitching back and forth through this, and then tying it off where we started. All right, once again, let any of the volunteers know if you have any questions, and good luck on your peanut butter and jelly friendship keychain.